Donald Trump's camp is working on a crypto platform, specifically a DeFi platform. This is not a meme coin. It sounds very promising. And Ripple has begun testing its RLUSD stablecoin on the XRP Ledger and Ethereum. Will we see a launch very soon? And the Democrat crypto virtual meeting this week did not go so well, with things getting very heated as Operation Chokepoint 2.0 is still in effect, with a crypto-friendly bank being threatened by the Fed and much more. We're going to break this down. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button, as well as a thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got some very big news coming out of Donald Trump's camp. We know Donald Trump is pro-crypto. He was at the Bitcoin conference. He's done a 180 from his stance back in 2016 into 2019, where he tweeted, "I was not a fan of Bitcoin and crypto," and so forth. But that was 4 years ago. Now he has been building with crypto, launching NFTs and so forth. And his sons, Eric and Donald Jr., have been tweeting about crypto lately, hinting at a big DeFi announcement coming, and that it will be a platform that helps people to get financing and much more. So this seems very promising. And Donald Trump Jr. actually said, hey, this is not a meme coin. We're not playing around here. So this seems promising, guys. Now, I know the name Trump will trigger a lot of people who don't like Trump, but that's not the point. I've always told you guys, crypto is becoming ubiquitous. It's in politics, in TradFi, pop culture, society. The fact is, it's not the person, Trump or Kamala Harris or RFK Jr. It's the position they hold. Donald Trump is a former president and a Republican presidential candidate. And the fact that he is embracing crypto and he's looking to build with it, that is very bullish. And it shows this technology is here to stay. And as people become more educated about it, they are embracing it. And obviously a big part of it is crypto has been doing a lot of advocacy and education work and a lot of campaign donations, right? So all of these things work together to get adoption. So the two sons of former US President Donald Trump have taken to social media within the past 24 hours to tease an announcement related to the world of crypto and decentralized finance. Here's a quote from Donald Trump Jr., or what he tweeted. "We're about to shake up the crypto world with something huge. Decentralized finance is the future. Don't get left behind." And then Eric Trump on Tuesday posted, "I have truly fallen in love with crypto/DeFi." He wrote, "Stay tuned for a big announcement." The only clue about the announcement was an apparent connection to Zach and Steve Witkoff, the latter a real estate baron who's friends with Trump and spoke at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee in July. Steve Witkoff posted a similar message, including the Be Defiant hashtag. His post was reposted by Zach. Both Witkoffs follow a crypto entrepreneur called Chase Hero, the managing partner for OnlyFans rivals Shopify, which boasts YouTuber and crypto investor Logan Paul as a client. So guys, I'm very curious what they're cooking up here. And as I mentioned, Donald Trump Jr. said this is not a meme coin. So it's not a joke. It's not like the things that took place in the past. So I'm very optimistic that this might be kind of groundbreaking. Maybe it's some sort of lending platform that allows people to borrow with crypto or lend out their crypto, and or something to do with real estate, or all of the above, right? Maybe some tokenization of real estate. So this is big. And once again, put the name Trump aside, put his sons aside. For those of you who don't like them, I understand, right? But I'm looking at this from a crypto adoption standpoint, not a political. There is an element of politics in this, but rather my goal is to make crypto bipartisan. Crypto should not be only Republican. It has to be a United States technology and asset class that we embrace and create jobs and much more. And we're starting to see a bit of that, where Democrats, and many Democrats, are waking up to this fact and are supporting crypto regulation, working with the Republican colleagues and so forth. So guys, I'm very, very curious what this is. Eleanor Terry, the Fox Business, said, "If Steve Witkoff is indeed involved, I'm doubling down on my guess that this is some kind of tokenized real estate project." It would make sense. You know, Trump, of course, has a huge background in real estate, so he definitely knows this area, and he's already meeting and talking to different people in the crypto industry. We know Vivek Ramaswamy is very educated about crypto, so let's see what they come up with. It could be very bullish for the market and the adoption of of the technology, because it's going to bring awareness and education to a lot of people and help them to understand this is much more than just investing. This is technology that is going to change our lives, and we're all going to be using applications and different things that are running on blockchain in the future. Now, moving ahead, Ripple tweeted out today, testing RLUSD. We're excited to share that Ripple USD is now in a private beta on XRP Ledger and Ethereum mainnet. RLUSD has not yet received regulatory approval and therefore is not available for purchase or trading. Please be cautious of scammers who claim they have or can distribute Ripple USD. So, folks, this is great. Ripple, of course, getting the big victory recently with the wrap-up of the case with the SEC, and they're about to launch a stablecoin, and we know the stablecoin market is still small compared to the amount of capital that's out there. There's trillions of dollars, but everyone is trying to get a slice of that pie, right? You got Tether USD being the largest, Circle USD being the second largest. You got PayPal with their stablecoin. The folks at Van Eck launched a stablecoin this week, and now Ripple is entering the game. Now, the great thing about Ripple is they have an existing network with a lot of different big credit card companies and banks and so forth. So if they are able to get people to use their stablecoin, which I think they will, it will give them a head start, because if you have an existing network, as mentioned, you can easily inject this stablecoin and pitch it and get people to start testing it and start using it. Now, some people are going to say, what does this have to do with XRP? Will this compete with XRP? I've said this many times and people sometimes don't listen to me, but I'll share it again. Please study Metcalfe's law, network effects. The more utility and building and participants on the network, the more stronger it becomes and the more valuable it becomes. I've often given the example of Facebook. Before there were any ads or monetization strategy, it was worth millions of dollars. And that's why Peter Thiel went and invested in it, and they grew and they went over 1 million users and much more. You go read the book, watch the movie, and so forth. But it had a valuation of millions of dollars. Why? Because it's a network. Metcalfe's law came into effect. You have that many people and you have their attention, you have them using the network. That is valuable because you can easily put a business model on top of it, a monetization strategy. Now, you take that same concept and you put it here with blockchains, same thing. They become more valuable. The great thing, though, is a monetization strategy is already in place because there's a native token on many of these blockchains. And as that network becomes more valuable, so does its native token. So the XRP Ledger getting more adoption, more people building on it, the same way Ethereum did. Ethereum is a perfect example with ICOs, DeFi, NFTs, tokenization, and much more. All of that is growing the network, making it stronger, more valuable, and the ETH token is getting the benefit of that. So I hope you guys understand that concept. It's not necessarily that the token itself has to be used. The token can be used in different ways, but the token is part of the network. Don't forget about the network. So guys, like I said, study Metcalfe's law. Knowledge is power, and understanding these things will help you to better understand the valuation of networks and how many daily active users, who's building, who's tokenizing, how many devs are building, and so forth. These are stats and metrics that I use. I even include them in my email newsletter, which is free. Be sure to sign up. I put the data in from Sentiment, where it shows the top blockchains with the most developer activities and so forth. So big news here, my friends. Now, a great place that you can invest in XRP and other altcoins, including Bitcoin, is on Uphold, which is a platform I've been using since 2018, so I can vouch for this platform. They have 260 plus cryptocurrencies. You can also trade precious metals like gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. They're available in over 150 countries. Best of all, they are fully reserved. They are fully transparent. You can read their transparency report. They don't commingle or lend out your funds and all that nonsense. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, we got news here that the SEC subpoenaed 3 crypto VC firms. So this is interesting. They're going after the VCs. And look, if the VCs did something bad, they broke the law, then I'm all for accountability and people being punished accordingly, right? What I don't like is what Gary and the SEC have been doing. We know he's been lying and saying the rules are clear when they're not. And they've been collaborating, where Gary's been collaborating with Elizabeth Warren in an all-out attack on the industry. Elizabeth Warren launched the anti-crypto army and all that nonsense, but that army is losing for sure. But Gensler here, if this is true, is maybe trying to go the angle of cutting off any type of VC hedge funds putting liquidity into the market, which look, if you're the anti-crypto guy, then I get it. This is a smart move, but of course you can't trust this guy. This is why I call him a scumbag. Now, James Murphy, Meta Lawman, says if this news is correct, it looks like Gary Gensler is doubling down against all components of the crypto industry. Maybe time for the Knights of the Ro Khanna Roundtable to wake up and smell the coffee. So, what is he talking about? Well, guys, the Ro Khanna and we know Congressman Wiley, I had both of them on the podcast recently, have been holding crypto meetups and roundtables with Democrat leaders and industry leaders. And there was one this week which was virtual, but apparently it didn't go too well. It got a bit heated because they brought in Wally Adameo, I believe is his name, out of the Treasury. He's a Warren disciple. And of course, he's coming in with his anti-crypto views. And he was trying to say, hey, we're not anti-crypto. No, there's no Operation Chokepoint 2.0. And then someone asked the question, raise your hand if you have been debanked and, you know, a victim of Operation Chokepoint 2.0. The entire room of crypto industry folks raised their hand. So it got a bit heated. And look, shout out to Ro Khanna and Wiley Nickel. They're doing their job, and I appreciate what they're doing. But unless Kamala Harris, we hear from her, and unless she takes action to tell Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler to stand down, then it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a dog and pony show. And as I've been saying, show me. Don't tell me. Show me. We want to see actions. Until then, it's all BS and lies. And even I have to give credit to Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, the Winklevoss twins. They've been tweeting nonstop about this, calling out Harris, saying, hey, shouldn't it be Harris for crypto instead of crypto for Harris? So some Democrats launched that initiative, but it's like, yeah, we need Kamala Harris to be for crypto. Not that crypto is trying to support Kamala Harris, because she has not shown us her cards and where she stands. Honestly, she has not said anything about it. But under her watch, Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler have been going nuts and crazy. And here we got news that Operation Chokepoint 2.0, it remains in full swing. The Federal Reserve went after customers' bank, and because it's a crypto-friendly bank, folks. So we're still seeing this happen. And I covered this in my book, Rethinking Crypto. This is all Elizabeth Warren, started back in 2023. Whether it's Gary Gensler filing lawsuits, subpoenas, and much more, trying to cut off the banking aspect of this, Gensler seemingly going after VCs now. We got to fight, folks. These people are not giving up. And I continue to tweet and send messages and much more to put pressure on these Democrats and Kamala Harris. Once again, it's not that I'm saying vote for Kamala Harris. I'm trying to get crypto to be in the position of not being a partisan issue. It shouldn't be an election issue. This was all Elizabeth Warren's fault. But if these Democrats keep fooling around and playing with fire, they are going to get destroyed in the elections. There is $200 million in capital raised by Fairshake. If it's not still number one, it's the second largest super PAC in this election cycle. And it's all going to pro-crypto candidates. And of course, it's going to go against the anti-crypto people. And we see they keep losing on Super Tuesday and in the primaries and so forth. These Democrats are going to feel it. They keep playing around, and the industry is going to punch back, because I don't think the industry would have gotten here if Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler didn't do their overreach, breaking the law and so forth. And don't take my word for it. The court said it. The court said the SEC is breaking the law. They're acting arbitrary and capricious and so forth. So that's how you want to play. The industry is not going to lay down. And these Democrats, like I said, they're playing with fire here. So Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss tweeted out a bunch of stuff about this. And it sucks that, you know, this is what's happening. And even the Fed is a part of it. But some good news, if we want to call it that, the IRS updates its crypto brokerage tax form, appears to remove requests for wallet addresses. So this is good. The IRS 1099-DA, with DA standing for digital assets, wanted to have people put every single wallet address for every transaction, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's just asinine. if you understand that everything's on the blockchain, how the hell are you going to put all these wallet addresses? They need to have an API that plugs into Chainalysis, that plugs into the different blockchains so that they can track accordingly. Because it's unreasonable to ask crypto investors as well as companies to do this. But it seems like what the reports are coming out, that they may have updated this, its crypto brokerage tax one to remove requests for digital asset addresses, among other information. So a lot of people wrote a lot of letters, a lot of advocacy groups in the industry went out to the IRS and say, hey, this is a non-starter. This is bullshit. Like we can't do this. So that's a good sign, because it would be simply impossible on many fronts to do this. So this is a good sign. Now, guys, I've often talked about crypto being a global asset class. It's not a US asset class. And this is why the United States needs to get its act together, because they're going to lose a lot of jobs. And a lot of people are going to jurisdictions which are crypto friendly, like Dubai, the UAE, Singapore, Japan, and so forth. Well, check this out, guys. This is pretty big. Russia legalizes Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mining. Out of all the things that are happening in the world, and Russia and Ukraine, the market crash, just earlier this week with the Japanese yen carry trade and all the things that are happening, Russia decides we're going to legalize Bitcoin and crypto mining. I don't know how many people are paying attention to this. There's a lot going on, but when I see something like this, guys, and you got these world superpowers, whether it's China, the United States, Russia, there's a move towards embracing crypto. We know China, they have softened up their regulations. They now allow Hong Kong, obviously, to finance crypto companies. They launch ETFs. They open up retail trading to Hong Kong residents. I believe eventually that will open up to mainland China. And Russia, all of a sudden, legalizing cryptocurrency mining. Man, I'm so bullish. I think this is significant. I remember, I think it was early in 2023 where Vladimir Putin came out and said that, they could lead the world in Bitcoin mining because they can efficiently mine in Siberia because of the cold weather. Guys, this is really, really interesting. So Russian President Vladimir Putin approved legislation to reduce its reliance on the United States dollar in international trade. The law will take effect in November 2024 and allow approved mining firms to register through a state database to mine crypto. Small individual miners can also mine digital currency without officially registering if their energy consumption remains below a certain threshold. Very bullish news, guys. And look, I'm not here trying to support Russia or anything. That's not the point. Again, it goes back to, it's not even the country or the person. It's not Trump. It's not Kamla Harris. It's crypto. Is seeping into every aspect of society. Like I said, TradFi, politics, geopolitical aspect of things, right? It's everywhere. And I'm so bullish, and I'm here to make money. Obviously, I want to see the technology get adopted because there's a lot of benefits and solutions it's bringing to the table. But of course, first and foremost, I'm here to make money, and this is bullish. Now, speaking of bullish, guys, we have another company that is looking to adopt a Bitcoin treasury strategy. So we see MicroStrategy, SpaceX, Tesla, many companies around the world are doing this. They're adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So medical data company OneMedNet, latest to pursue Bitcoin treasury strategy after capital raise. So crypto fund off the chain capital made more than $1 million investment into medical data company OneMedNet so that it could buy Bitcoin. The fund hopes to outperform the price of Bitcoin through its investments by buying it for a discount through allocations like this. So this is significant. As I've been saying, this is not a fad. This is a trend that is growing in a world of currency debasement, in a world where Bitcoin is becoming more mainstream and getting a huge institutional adoption from like BlackRock and companies launching ETFs. You got presidential candidates in the United States saying the United States should adopt a Bitcoin treasury strategy. Companies are going to start adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet more and more to outpace inflation, to preserve the purchasing power of the capital that they hold on their balance sheet. So folks, here's the facts. Here's what's happening. I hope you see why I'm so bullish, and I hold Bitcoin in my portfolio. I'm not here for a religion. I don't have any feelings or emotions here. I'm looking at adoption. I'm looking at charts. I'm looking at fundamentals and the macro, and basing my investment on data and metrics. So I hope you are as well. James Seyfert of Bloomberg said there's definitely some movement on the Bitcoin ETF options. The CBOE just withdrew their application for options on spot Bitcoin ETFs, which sounds like a bad thing at first, but at the same time, they just refiled a brand new and updated application. So options are coming to these ETFs. Obviously, the Bitcoin, then Ether, and then, of course, the other altcoin ETFs, I think, are going to come into play into 2025. That being Solana. Recently, actually, just this week, I should say, Brazil approved Solana ETFs. And then I think there's a high probability we could see an XRP ETF as well. Is that guaranteed? Is that confirmed? Of course not. That's why I said probability. But we'll have to see how things go. We'll have to see when Gary Gensler gets kicked out of the SEC, when Congress is able to push crypto regulations to the Senate and then up to whoever the president will be. And then I think we're going to see some of these ETFs for the altcoins. So very bullish, guys. We are just seeing a lot of movement here around crypto, and all signs point to mass adoption. But as always, we got to have a macro outlook. That is how I'm looking at the market, guys. I don't leverage trade. I do spot buying. I buy the dips, buy the crashes like we had this week. I bought the bear market bottom, and I'm waiting for new all-time highs to take profits. And then I will be reinvesting some of that money into the next bear market, but also taking some of those profits, spending it, of course, paying off some debt, of course, and investing in other assets like real estate and even stocks, because I'm diversified. I believe in diversification. Obviously, I'm heavily allocated to crypto. If you were to weigh it on a scale, my crypto investments outweigh real estate and all that stuff. But it's as billionaire Paul Tudor Jones said back in 2020. Bitcoin and crypto is the fastest horse in the race, meaning that it outpaces other assets. So this is why this is a huge opportunity. It won't be like this forever. So I try to educate as many people as possible, share with them what the opportunity is. And if they then take the next step of doing research and educating themselves, they can make some life-changing money. So guys, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack. Also grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It touches on Operation Chokepoint 2.0 and much more. The book covers crypto's past, present, and future. You can grab a copy on Amazon in paperback and digital. It's also on barnesandnobles.com. Grab a copy to support the podcast. Grab a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It would really help me out and support me, guys. It'll help my rankings on Amazon. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.